if one thinks of Astad's costumes as long, flowing, with unlimited material, one has to remember that the first designer who actually realized that new silhouette that stayed with him for so many years was Archana Shah of Bandage in Ahmedabad. And according to an article that I read recently, it said that when Astad was looking for a new look, for a new silhouette, he went to Archana's office and there he saw a photograph of Bapuji, Mahatma Gandhi. And that sort of became, that image stayed with him. After all, Astad, born on July 13th, 1947, is a midnight's child. Literally, 4 weeks before India's independence. Well, one designer who worked with him, was a student of NID and who sort of saw him dance then, and worked on the Gandhi project called Unbroken, Unbowed, was Sandhya Raman, and she's going to tell us briefly about what it was like to work with Astad to his almost final project. Yeah. Hi, Sandhya, and welcome.
Hi, Anita.
Hi.
How are you?
So after all these years of watching Astad on stage and maybe meeting him in NID, there you are finally getting a chance to work with him on something so minimal and so different from all his elaborate gear.
Right.
Yeah. So what was the brief that was given to you?
So this was Gandhi and the philosophy of Gandhi, and there were four quotes which Gandhiji had given, and he had chosen some of them, and out of them 4 he had narrowed down on. And he said, I leave it to you, because he likes the subtlety kind of work that I do. My work is very subtle in nature, so he likes that, and he said the production should speak. So we brainstormed, we talked, and there were lots of discussions, and I narrowed down on khadi as the fabric for him. And I said, I'm not going to give you a silhouette which you're usually wearing, like a choga with 25-30 meters of fabric going round. I'm going to completely strip you off all these extra frills and give you just a serene look. So we got along talking, and the theme was also such, so he really liked the idea, and how I made layers for him, and also within the span of 60 minutes, how there was a change which is so subtle that you don't really figure out when the change happened. So that's how this whole theme came up. And the detailing was very important in this, and it was a group production, and to keep all of them in dhotis, which were also tied the way we were trying to do it, the way Gandhi's style of tying the dhotis were, with bare-bodied torsos, and then at a point we add in a top, because we show a different mood over there. So that's how this was created.
So, Sandhya, you worked on the Gandhi theme before. You worked with other dancers before,
Right.
So, you also. But what was different about working with Astad? I mean, what was it approach? Was it a kind of a different kind of intention? What was for you the most remarkable kind of qualities that you noticed?
His sincerity to the work that he's coming up, and there was no fancy things added to it, and it was really the message which was so important, and the free space that he gave me. He didn't let me he didn't put his ideas in, saying I'm comfortable in this, or I like this color, or anything like that. And more, the research and the depth in which he went. So there was an articulation, there was a complete talking about the concept to a depth that one would look within and can question him, and then he would be thinking, if he was you had an answer which would counter, he would take it, and otherwise he would try to explain what he is trying to say. So that was very beautiful about this whole thing. And it was like it was never that he's thrusting upon some idea of his. He was ready to listen, but he knew what he looked worked well for him with his movements. And for me, his movements were very mesmerizing. His every muscle of his body moved, even in his fingers, even the way just the tip of his fingers would move. So to capture that, I had to get the garment very, very simple and very stark, so that we could only focus on his movement, and that should get accentuated, and that is what we have to get drawn to.
So what did you feel when you watched the performance after all those months and years?
I had tears in my eyes, because it was such a riveting performance. It was so beautiful. In fact, if you remember, both of us sat through one performance of his in Meghdut, where the guitar fuse was not there, the thing was not, charger was not there, and the entire audience waited for 1.5 hours for a new piece to come. So it was mesmerizing. There was a standing ovation, and he had danced in Delhi after so many years, and it was beautiful, and it was one of his last productions that he did in that scale, and he had great. Of course, he would have great reviews, so I can't expect anything less for him from that. And it was a very emotional moment for me, because I had always wanted to do something with him, and it came to this level of perfection. So it was beautiful.
Yeah, I think, it's a very important moment for you, and to say that when you look back that you designed for Astad debut. So thank you so much for this conversation. But Sandhya, you don't design for many male dancers. So I think there's a message there that you talk about the sincerity and the kind of freedom that he gave you without interference. So on his birthday, what would you like? What kind of message do you want to send Astad?
Well, I'm really missing the phone call to wish him his birthday, and
it's your birthday.
Yes.
It's your birthday. Happy birthday. That's right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
So that was the call I was missing the whole day today. And yes, Astad, thank you for giving me the opportunity to work with you and have such lovely memories, because I worked further with him in other costumes with Inai, which he did with Hema Rajagopalan. And for lovely memories, and a message that I would like to give from his side to everybody is that just be stuck to the kind of work you want to do and believe in yourself, and the universe will make space for you. There will be enough work for you, because he believed in that, and he was a rebel, and the way he did things on his terms, and that is what has made him a star and has made him so special.
Thank you, Sandhya. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for this. Yeah. Happy birthday. And happy birthday, Astad.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.